Right, it's great to have you here, Georgia. So Georgia Oboh here, Ladies European Tour professional. There you go. Nice.
That's a nice colour, actually.
First time we've ever had someone with these shoes on, Tim, isn't it?
Pretty close. Take it.
Much better.
That was a bit aggressive.
A little bit aggressive. I quite liked it though.
Yeah.
So if you can just begin by just telling me a little bit about your short game, historically, where you feel it is today and what you feel you need to do to your short game to take it to the next level. Obviously you've got high ambitions, which is fantastic, and it's at your level it's all about having the versatility and be able to play different shots. But yeah, it'd be great to hear about your short game to begin with.
Well, I think my short game's been pretty consistent over the years. I'm probably better putting than chipping in some scenarios. So that's one thing I'd like to change. And then also for those like flop shots, I have struggled over the years, but it's gotten better. But yeah, I would like to just get more comfortable and being able to trust the technique, so then I can just go and execute the shot.
Okay, good. Right, so we'll run through the different releases today and see where we are with things. We're going to start with like the bread and butter, basic chip and run, the shot that you get hopefully the most from a fringe lie towards that back pin.
Okay.
So we've got plenty of green to work with, okay? So in terms of club selection, is that something, do you stick to the same club or do you like to move the club around a little bit?
I like to change clubs. I mean, for this one, I'm holding a 54 right now, but I think I'll stick with the 54.
Okay, cool.
Actually, in this case.
Let's have a good look, see what's going on. Okay, a few more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then I do struggle sometimes with the landing zone. I end up executing it well and then just landing it in the wrong spot.
All right, some good stuff in there. Very good. Good hands.
Yeah.
Good to see.
I have been watching your videos. So
good. There you go. And I can see some of the traits in there for sure. You know, you're setting up very well to the ball. In terms of, short game is all about two things. It's improving your technique, but it's also improving what I call your golfing IQ. Okay. It's how you think. It's club selection. It's lie reading. That for me is equally important, if not more important than technique. Right? You know, if you'd have gone to the 50 there, you'd have had less spin and it would have gone up the slope. So that's just like the thinking side of it. Yeah. They're the first shots you've hit. We haven't hit any shots off camera, so I'll let you off there. But club choice is absolutely vital, right? So I think it's probably a 50 there, given the conditions, up slope, and it's soft. But I think you set up really well to it. The only thing I want to do to your setup is just really get your heels a bit closer together and really get this foot flared out quite a bit more, okay? It's flared out a little bit, but there's quite a big gap between the heels, and your biggest fault in your action is a little bit about the takeover, which I'll talk about in a minute, but you get quite a long way underneath it, and that's why you tend to bottom out quite early with the arc, okay? So we need to make sure that what you'll get away with here a little bit, you won't get away elsewhere. Yeah. Does that make sense? Okay. So you set up, as I say, pretty good. We're going to tidy this up because by flaring this foot out here, it's going to help you move much more around the corner. And that's your biggest thing. You get a little bit underneath this way. Okay, this right shoulder drops a little bit and you're underneath, and that's why it bottoms out. So just by opening this up, it's going to get the hip set a little bit more externally this way, and it's going to allow you to move around the corner a lot easier. You've got to get your hand path much more this way after the ball, essentially. Now, when you take it away, you don't help yourself, because when you take it away, you definitely, in terms of what ignites your action, it's definitely, I would say, from the elbows down. Yeah. Primarily with your wrists. So you kind of go this way first. Yeah. So you don't create much depth, and you don't really get the arc working this way in the backswing, which then encourages the arc to work back this way. So you're a little bit like this. You kind of go here and a bit under. And I've exaggerated, but you can see what I mean. Okay. Now, if you practice that enough, you can become pretty good at that. Right, but if you want to become absolutely world class, right, we need to make that safer so you can repeat it, you know, when it really matters. Does that make sense, right?
Yes. So saying to keep the heels.
Get here, that's better already. There you go. Maybe not quite that much, but that's good there. Yes. Okay. And that's it. Set up to the ball now. Let's get the wrists a little higher as well for this shot. See this wrist angle here? Yeah. Ready for this chip and run? You want to keep that flat there. when you start dropping the hands, can you see
There
it
we go.
puts an angle in here?
Yeah.
And that kind of wants to then get the wrists working too much, right? So then an easy fix for you just to try and quieten these down and work it more with the bigger muscles is just to raise the handle a bit straight away.
Okay.
And if you feel you've got to move a bit closer, that's your call. Just try and feel
Yeah.
balanced, right? You'll feel that better than I can see it. Yeah?
Okay.
So you've got your foot out, you've got your heels closer. That might as well just push a little bit more pressure left, just naturally by flaring the foot more.
Yeah.
Okay? Arms are hanging softly. Okay? And we're going to make sure this arm sits more vertically rather than dropping it down this way too much.
Okay.
Okay? Good. Well, that's 10 out of 10. That's really nice. Just going to level the shoulders a bit more that way. That's it. And this is important as well because you're tending to sort of set up a little bit with this way.
Yeah.
You know, you drop there. So you want to feel like the zip on your top here is just aiming kind of in this region here, about 1 to 2 inches in front of the ball.
Okay.
Everything we've done there is going to encourage you to work left and around the corner.
Okay.
Okay?
Just take a breath. So it feels very different.
Different is good. If it feels the same, we haven't changed it, right? So that's good. So you get set up there again. Now, when you take it away, I want you to feel like it's going from the left shoulder pushing the club and letting this right hip move backwards as well.
Okay.
You see? So you're a bit static in these 2 points, and that's why your wrists overwork. Does that feel different?
Yes.
Feel that movement there? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, much better. There you go. And already you're working more around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay? Right, I'm going to put a club here just to get the feed in. Just take it away again. Just push the left shoulder, work the hip. That's much better. So we'll do it again. So you're feeling basically the shaft angle is more of an extension of the arm there.
Yeah.
That's pretty different because before it would kind of want to set in like this, you see. Yeah? So it's more there. So already you should feel like you can go this way through the ball more. So don't hit it, just follow me. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I call release one. You see that? See the butter grips pointing at just on the outside of the hip there.
Okay.
Okay, and that's the release point to try and hit this low flighted shot, okay? I'm just going to move you for one shot.
Okay.
So you're going to swing the club. I'm just going to do a little bit of work, but you do the majority, okay?
Okay.
In your own time. Right, how does that feel this way? Does it feel different?
Yeah, it feels a lot more over this side.
Okay. Should we have one more?
Yeah.
I'm doing 2 things here. I'm kind of encouraging the right side to work back. Hang on, come back to the ball. What I'm really doing, I'm making this left arm work back without doing this move, okay? This flexing and rolling in, okay? So we're going to go back, and then we're going to turn on, and that's much better. You hear the noise?
Yeah.
And it's not stalling now. Good. Nice. Do you hear the noise? It's slightly different.
Yes.
Full. What a lovely noise.
Yeah.
The sense of sound in short game is incredibly strong, and you've got to tune into that. Can you hear it now?
Yes. Yeah, it just sounds different. Sorry. Oh, gosh.
That was a little underneath there, just a
Yeah.
little bit. Do you feel it?
Yeah, I did
Dragging.
feel it. Yeah, I just dragged
and
it.
pulled down. Yeah. Okay. Good drill for you actually. Something you can do at home is you just hold it down by the ferrule.
Okay.
So this black bit on the club. That's it. And put it on your left hip. Nice square face.
Sorry. Okay.
Now, whereas before, you see, when you took it away, if we focus on what the hands are doing here, right, your hands would do this and the club would come out like this.
Okay.
Exaggerating a bit, yeah? I want you to feel like you're going to be able to take this away and it stays on your hip. You feel that?
Yeah.
So it's coming from here.
And then
right?
the right hip has to
Exactly.
open
You're
as well.
rotating back. Now, if you can then go through from there, that's it. You see how it takes the hands this way?
Yeah. And then the zip to the hands
And
to
you've
the
got-
club face.
And the perfect release point. So it's on the hip, okay? So this, just simply doing this drill will be great for you because it's going to teach you away from this. It's going to keep you more pushing from the shoulder, and then it's going to give you the feeling because as you start moving, the butt of the grip's going to push this way, and it's going to get you turning onto the ball.
Yeah, I need it for my full swing too.
There you go. Do you get a little underneath in full swing? A bit this
It's
way?
yeah, a little bit, but also it starts from the takeaway. The same takeaway,
Yeah, right.
pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. Good. Good. A few more.
No, I got stuck. I had to
I was,
drag
actually, I
it a
was
bit.
watching now. I think you've really taken the hands igniting out of that now. That was much
Yeah.
better. I think there was like 20% of the hands in there, but nothing like before. You were just a little bit sort of non-committal through the ball there.
Yeah.
You know, just watch me play a couple. So what you looked a little bit like this, and you got it back on a good plane. You were just a bit sort of quiet through the ball.
Yeah.
A bit lazy, if you like. Now we don't want huge accelerations on this shot, but there is an acceleration on a chip and run shot. But it really is just making sure you get a little bit more nip. Can you see there's a bit more force there, just through the ball?
Yes.
Okay, just to turn onto it, yeah.
Okay.
To get that little pinch. Like that. There you go. Brilliant shot there. Yeah, you got it now. Got it now.
Yeah, I just have to remember to get the shoulders
Yeah,
square
you
from
just.
the
I think the
beginning.
easiest thing, just feel like you're going to point your zip
That's
here.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Just one other little thing now. That was pretty good, but you just sort of stayed a bit what I call ball bound, like your eyes were sort of glued on the ball a little bit too long. Yeah. And if you look at the great chippers, they're actually their neck and their eyes release with the ball. So feel this time when you're going to hit it, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to commit to it, but I want you to watch the ball straight off the face.
Okay.
Okay. See, that frees it all up and encourages again more of that movement.
Yeah.
That's much better.
It's a little difference, but I can just feel it straight away that I'm just taking off better, and then I can get around properly.
Mm-hmm. Good. Very, very good. Okay, right. So we're gonna stick with this technique, but I just want you to see you play a longer chip and run,
Okay.
more towards the back of the green. So don't worry too much about the pin. We'll aim towards that tree,
Yeah.
but I want you to finish it on the fringe.
Okay.
And I would like to see you do this with a pitching wedge. Right, run it to the back fringe. Nice, and you can just see how simple club change has got a lot less
Yeah.
spin on the ball. If the pin was up by the fringe, that would be the right club to use, okay? Setup's much better. You got it. Relax your arms, don't get too tight. Right, left arm's going to get away, correct. And open that right side. Very nice. How'd that feel?
Very different. It felt softer,
Yeah.
so I felt like it was. There was a better rhythm to it, more consistent.
Yeah. Good. The reason some of those are coming off just a little bit soft is your follow through gets a little bit long this side of the ball sometimes. So you've got to feel like your follow through is going to be a little bit more sawn off.
Okay.
So you're still rotating, but if you look at me, see when I play these shots, I'm rotating, but I'm going to be a little bit more nipped. Particularly as I want the ball to run more, I want to make sure I don't get too long in the follow through. I've got to nip it.
Okay.
You feel that?
Yeah.
That's a really nice way of just protecting against that riding up the club. We're using that pitching wedge for a reason. We don't want to get that ball climb up the face too much. And if you just think about a nip in the follow through, it gets a bit more ball speed. You got
Yeah.
it. That's about as good as it gets right there. Right, so should we get into some short sided ones?
Okay.
Or soft landing, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. This is what, release 2. This
Well,
is around
The
here is
two
when.
would get the job done here.
Yeah, around here is when it's like it's not a flop shot,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a bump and
Yeah,
run,
sure.
and that's where I get
Good.
stuff.
And hopefully the release 1, 2, 3 makes sense, because that's what release 2 is there for. You know,
Yeah.
it sits in the middle, it's a mid-flighted shot, but a high spinning shot at the same time, so it does stop quick.
Yeah.
You know, it's because the land angle's coming in at a nice height with a bit of spin, it's going to stop quickly, and it's no problem, you know, to deliver this and stop it quick. Right, let's see you play a few then to that that pin there. It's coming out really flat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got a few things, that's it, just tell me when you're all ready to go. There's a few things at address that aren't quite matching up for the shot. So the ball position is about 2 inches too far back.
Okay. So
And you've got a bit of forward shaft lean in there. So the first thing you need to do, that's it, a bit more. That's it, and I go a little bit wider for this shot with the right foot,
Oh, right foot, sorry.
The left foot needs to move an inch nearer it, that's it. Good, so the ball feels, that's much better there. Okay?
Yeah, and then not as much shaft lean.
Exactly, so the shaft lean is now on line with the back of the ball.
Okay.
You can afford for this shot, because it's a shallower attack, particularly off this wet lie, you want to just allow the right shoulder to drop slightly. So you can still do that and not get shut. Now you were a little bit shut at the beginning, now go this way, sorry, that way.
That way.
Okay. A little bit further away from the ball as well, because we want the wrist to sit down a little bit lower now.
Okay.
So we're now into this second wrist angle. The one you kind of had at the beginning
Yes.
is now what you want for this shot.
Okay.
All right. Your biggest fault, and it comes from when I first saw you, this is why it's coming out so flat, is you are going back to this here, and turn your body a little bit, and you're going this way.
That way.
So your club face is not too far away from there. Can you feel how this left wrist is arched?
Yes.
And that's taken the loft and the bounce off the club. Okay, and then from there you're doing your best, but it's just going to come out really flat from there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So set up the ball. The new setup's going to make a big difference. Lower hand, slightly
Okay,
relaxed right shoulder. Right, this will
Okay.
be the new backswing. Tell me what you feel. Right. Just relax your grip a little bit. Look at the ball. Don't look at the face. I want you to tell me what you feel first. Right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. So what have you felt that's any different there?
Shoulders taking the club back,
Mm-hmm.
and hands are further away from the body than I.
Okay. So they've travelled further. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything different in the left wrist?
So then now the wrist isn't as arched. Yeah.
That's your bad one. That's where you are now. Look at the club face now. You see that's very different.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, and then from there, I'm not going to too much talk
Yeah.
about the downswing, but it will encourage the club to work more this way,
Yes.
that way, release two, look, and then round. Okay? So what release two is, we're returning the shaft angle very simply to where it began, this way. So returning it back to where the belt buckle would be, and then it's releasing this way, and you've got a little bit of cup in the wrist, and then you work round the corner, and you can see how the loft is on. That's going to allow you to hit 1 2 inches before the ball and hit like a softer flighted shot.
Okay.
Okay? So try and think about this now. I want you to hit 2 inches before the ball.
Okay.
Because all these so far, you're getting the ball first.
Okay.
Good.
No, it was
Got the ball first, but yeah, fine. Let me show you some, right? So I'm going to just really hit this back on the ball, but I want you just to watch a few things here. I want you to just really look at getting the club in that position, but also the speed of it. Like I'm going to, just on purpose as a drill here, I'm going to give myself a really long backswing. And you can see the height you can get,
Yeah.
and how you can land it softly. So as a drill, I want you to really feel like you're going to get that club seriously back,
Yeah.
and then it's going to encourage you then to be a bit smoother and a bit softer.
Okay.
And allow this to release. Looking slow, I'll hit one, a real slow motion one. Just look how the club works. You see? Hitting that 2 inches behind the ball. Okay? Is that a different concept for you?
Yes.
Yeah?
For this kind of shot, yes.
Yeah. Well, super long backswing, cup the wrist, slide it. Beautiful. Okay? Ball forward. I want you to slow it down now. Really slow it down. Wide and slide it. Wow, that's the best one you've hit.
Yeah.
Yeah? Well done. Well done. Is that ball stopping now?
Yeah.
Ball forward. I love what you're doing with your left wrist now. You've got it in a much better position at the top of the backswing. Now look at the height. Okay, now that was too quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, just too quick.
But we're getting some flight. Good. How's that feel?
It feels actually quite slow, considering how far it ended up going. It feels quite slow.
And see how
but
quickly that stopped.
Yeah. But
I
it's
think when you watch that back, you'd be surprised actually. It doesn't look slow. All right, it just looks smooth now.
Yeah.
All right.
side.
That's good. So
Yeah.
listen, I think just look at me for a second. You're making your wrist movement so much better.
Yeah.
My only concern is you're so concerned about it, you're not really moving your body with it.
Yeah.
So you've got to feel like you're blending it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Could have released it a bit more, but nice. Well done. Yeah, it's gonna be a game changer if you do this.
Yeah.
Blend the chest turn with a little bit of wrist cut. Get the loft and bounce on. Release it through. That's wonderful. It was just 10% too hard.
Yeah.
But technically, really good.
Yeah, it's trying to slow it down but still allow the body to be moving and not feel like I'm stopping.
Beautiful. Constant speed with the chest as the club's releasing. Come on, just a little bit smoother. And look at that control now.
Like night and day.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Come on, we haven't quite got it yet though. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Don't get too open with your alignment.
Yeah. That's
I'm going to tell you just about this, why it's so important, okay, the alignment. Let me just stand in here. So you can have that ball position in the right place here, look, just on the heel.
Yeah.
If I start shifting open, which is what you're doing, where's the ball position going?
Yeah, it's going backwards.
Yeah. So you just got to be careful, and that's why some of your shots are going a bit left as well. So, we want the toe line to be slightly open, but really the heels are pretty much parallel to the target, okay, so it's forward there, and even if you just do that much, see how the ball moves back.
Yeah.
So just keep half an eye on that, okay? Yep, good there.
Okay, so shuffling.
Good, you've got the left wrist, blend the chest with it, smooth as it releases. So good. Again, just what?
It says
20% too hard? Well, you're slowing it down, but you're still going to actually be accelerating through this.
Yeah.
It's going to feel much smoother. So that's lovely. There you go. Look at that. What's interesting actually, let's hit a couple with the 60 now.
okay.
Now you're not doing this. You've actually got a little bit more bounce on it. Okay. So this is probably a little bit more of an option. Let's just see how you get on with 60.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean, it's possible. It's really going to depend on what lie you end up getting. I mean, maybe if it was bare and not as wet, it'd actually be a bit easier.
Indeed,
with the
yeah,
60.
Exactly. Any sort of bare, tight, linked type chords, yeah.
Right. So. Yeah.
Right.
58. What's the bounce on this? Mid bounce.
Okay.
It's supposed to be. Oh, that feels very. Yeah, it feels quite different actually.
Yeah. Because you've got the benefit there of a nice bounce. It's not on your 60, but it's the same bounce as your 54.
Yeah.
But you've got that little bit more loft. I think the 56 just sits in the middle of those two.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, even that one. I mean, I think I dragged that a little bit, but again, because of the bounce.
It still came off okay, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shot.
It's quite.
So you're now developing, a better shot by, number one, you've improved your technique and understanding the shot. We've also just got the right club in your hand as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. Much better.
We've got a softer shot there. So have a look at your lofts and decide what you want to do,
Yeah.
You might want to keep the 54 in and just put a 58 in. You could do that. Play around with it. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very good. You're going to turn with it, keep it smooth. Beautiful shot. Good. Pop to the right a little bit because you didn't turn quite enough through the ball, but fantastic.
Yeah, I'm wondering why it's going a bit right.
Yeah, that's fine. So just even as you're watching the ball, you've got to keep some rotation going, like keep moving through it.
Ah, yeah.
Fantastic. Beautiful.
That's much better.
Get in. Good. All right, good work. I mean, that's you know, you were pretty good at the first one, and almost like the way you were doing that first shot, closing it down a bit, wasn't the end of the world if you're trying to flight it down low. But this shot, you can see where the struggles have been because of where you've got to with that.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got further away. You flared your foot out. You've not got too open because you know that now puts the ball too far back. Okay, and you're much lighter. You've got your hands a bit lower. You're understanding where this left wrist needs to go and how the knuckles move and how you create this angle here. And you need to make sure you blend the chest in with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you get it there, everything will get there from practice. You'll get it working exactly as you want. But your key point, if you were to think about it, is just letting the weight of the club fall a bit more, so it's a bit smoother.
Yeah.
So you can then let it land and slide through and keep moving past the ball there. And don't struggle with the 60. The 60 is not going to help you because there's so much loft. It's going to not going to incentivise you to find the loft of the release.
Yeah.
And also, the wet ground we've got at the moment is just like a nightmare combination with a really low bounce. Try it. All right, but that's good. Right, do you want to hit some lob shots then?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right, go on. So we're gonna hit a lob shot now to this pin here.
Okay.
About 10 feet on, right over the bunker. Lies a little bit tighter, and because it's a bit kind of around this bunker, it's a bit drier and a bit sandier.
Okay.
So you've got the 60.
Yeah.
Right club in this situation. So we're going to see if we can hit that really high lob shot.
Okay.
Here we go. Pretty good. It was a little driven, wasn't
Yeah,
it? But it was actually okay.
That wasn't the plan. Usually I'm better at these actually.
That was nice. You released that well. That was
Yeah.
good. Well done. I like that. So you just set up to the ball. And I just think if you can stand much wider than that, really go wide. Really go wide. And get that left foot really flared out, 45 degrees. Really go for it. That's better. Now point your knees forward more, like this.
Oh, okay.
That's it. And then you can let your upper body just drop back a fraction this way.
Okay.
Okay. A bit further away from the ball. And nice and low. So now we're in a position there to hit a better shot. Okay. All right. So nice and wide, low hand. That's going to help you get a bit better setting with the wrist. And lower into your knees is going to help. That's good. Right. So it's a bit like. Let me show you. So you're setting up better there. It's a bit like the shot we said there. You're like really focusing on hinging the wrists, and you're doing it. But we've got to make sure we turn the torso at the same time. So look, see how my torso is going to turn to you as I blend the hinge, right? So I'm going to do that. And it all works together then.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's much more this way, whereas you're just getting it set a bit. Yeah, we've got to blend it more. Okay, the setup's going to help because you're going to have more of a stable lower body, but you want to feel like you're moving more.
Okay.
That's so much better. You feel the chest moving more.
Yes. And I wasn't actually as concerned about the strike as well.
That's brilliant. Much better.
Yeah, it feels very different.
Yeah. It's going to help with the loft, turn the chest, rotate through. Great shot. Great shot. Do you feel you got a bit more sort of rooting down now? Feel like
Yes.
your feet are down more, yeah? Very, very good.
I mean, I have been told to, be closer to the ground, get the hands lower. But because I wasn't moving the chest with it, best case scenario, I was just moving maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
So I wasn't getting the results. And so then
It's going to get you a bit too steep, actually. When you just pick it up with your wrist there, generally, you're going to plough the thing straight down.
Yeah.
When you can start to turn with it, it's going to allow you to release and let the club bottom out early. Obviously, all lie dependent. These lies are okay.
Yeah.
If you were in a divot, we need to get steeper.
Yeah.
Right? It's all part of looking at the lie.
Yeah.
Make sure you enjoy that moment at the top. Don't pull at it. Right? You've got to feel like it's just really smooth. Then you can put the release and speed at the bottom, but don't grab at it. Nice shot. Now, there's one other little thing you need to do. It's just this club face.
Yeah.
When you go through the ball, you want to feel like the loft stays on this way.
Yeah.
Okay? We don't want you doing that.
Yeah.
All right? So you're going to feel like the loft stays on, looks back over your left shoulder until you follow through.
Okay.
Good. Got caught a bit in the ground, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's what it was like there. But the loft was more on, it came off online, it came off softer. Brilliant, that's the best one you've done.
Yeah.
In the holster, look at it, in the holster, there you go. Great setup, great setup. Get the loft on the club, let your right torso turn. I mean, that's lovely, right?
Better. Yeah.
Look at that loft on, and you put it in the holster. So the whole holster thing I'll talk about is you release it this way. So this is release 3, by the way, now. It's back on the hip here. As you come round, it moves in the holster this way. That's a sign of the wrist being in this cup position, which allows it to go in the holster. If you go more this way, or if you over-release it, you see you can't put it in the holster.
Yeah.
So that release all comes from how you keep the loft on the club and put it down, all right?
Yeah.
Similar sort of shot out the stand, really. Do you want to
Okay.
hit some bunker shots?
Yeah.
It's the same action, really. Well, let's see where we are. Let's stick to that. We've got the 58 here, haven't we? Which is 9 degrees of bounce, isn't it? Yeah.
10.
10 degrees.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so just how I normally hit it then?
As you normally would, yeah.
So this kind of lie.
I mean, again, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I would just look at that divot depth,
Yeah.
and I would say that's a little steep. See the
Yeah.
depth of it.
Mm.
So you've kind of hit down a little bit too much. Now I would do that. If you stand this side, I'll show you. I would do what you just did if I had this sort of lie.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. No,
There's not
hardly
much
any
sand, and I want to make sure I'm down. I want to hit down and get some good depth. If I've got this sort of sand, where it's quite nice and it's quite even, I want to be a bit shallower than that. It's going to help the ball spin more and get much more finesse and touch and feel about it, and not drive it too hard. That's already a much better result in terms of spin, noise and divot depth. What you'll learn to do now, because you're actually going to take in less, you're going to take less sand, you can dial your speed down a bit, okay?
Yeah.
And then you can start to feel it. You know, great bunker players don't kill it, okay? They can be smooth through the sand because they're managing divot depth better. They're using the bounce through the sand better, okay?
Okay.
I want it to be shallower, turn. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And then I could also, I had more feel with the speed, with how much speed I need for this shot.
Totally, I thought that was fantastic. And look at this divot depth here.
Yeah.
You don't actually really notice it. Whereas before we could have buried a squirrel in it, right? But now it's much shallower. You can just working it through, okay? Good.
Oh no.
Hit it a bit.
Yeah. I think
Again,
I
bit
just
deep
felt.
again.
Yeah, I think I just felt uncomfortable. Just.
Panicked a bit.
Yeah. So if I go there.
Right, go back to the top, turn. From there, you can feel like it's going earlier.
Okay.
Earlier. This way.
Mm.
Okay, and as you strike, you move and you put it in the holster.
Okay.
And I want a light noise. What a beautiful bunker shot that is.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, now that was just so easy and repeatable. And when you watch the very, very best in the world, they're just doing it every time because they're managing it, okay? They're the speed, the divot depth, and you can start just, like you said, you start to feel it, don't you?
Yeah.
And then you start to be able to repeat every time. When you're really ploughing down as steep as you were, hard to really get that finesse you just showed there, all right? That was world class, okay? That's exactly how we want that ball to come out. Good, now you can go too slow.
Yeah.
right? But look, you've hit it to a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have thought with that long a swing,
Yeah.
it would just land there and just slowly release.
Exactly. It's got all that spin, just lands, and it just trickles like a putt. Whereas before it was coming off really hot. Now, if I give you this lie, okay, you do it as you would previously.
Okay.
Because we've got to get a little steeper. You can play the ball a bit further back. You can pick it up a bit more of your wrist, and you can drill down a bit more.
Okay,
And I want a deeper divot this time. That's it. So you have to play it that way. You're not going to spin it. It's just going to run more. It's
Well,
not
then
going to have
how
the same
is-
finesse, but you're going to manage the lie. Because if you try and do the technique we just did there from that lie,
It's just gonna.
it's going to bounce, isn't it? It's going to
Yeah.
kick. Drop. Do you hear
Yeah.
it was like a louder
Yeah, it was
noise
louder.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Now if we go back to this lie, I want you to give me a light noise.
didn't turn the
Yeah, I
torso.
want this to got to move.
Yeah.
Good. Nice shot.
Well,
Get
then
in.
what? What do you do if you have a lot of sand, like
Good
under
question.
the ball?
So, let me show you. So when so you go in some bunkers, it's been freshly topped up, just loads of sand, yeah,
Yeah.
like this sort of thing. Right. So the more sand there is, the more bounce you want to be using. So you're going to be using this
That.
part.
Okay.
So, but you really use it, and you do have to apply more speed.
Mhm.
Okay, because it is going to slow the club head down.
Yeah.
So if it's just a nice depth of sand,
That's fine.
like we've got there, if you watch my speed, I can be quite shallow and I can be quite smooth with it, look, it's
Yeah.
fine. And if I play that there, I might not get that same sort of control, so I'm going to have to play this, there's loads of sand, I'm going to play it right off the front foot, almost get the handle back a bit, I'm going to really release the club, and I'm going to increase my speed.
Okay.
Okay, so this is really releasing it. And you can see it still pops out absolutely fine. Right, so you set up to it and just bed that ball right off the front foot.
Okay. Not there.
Yeah, and you can almost bring your hands back a little bit now, that's it.
Okay.
And just really release the club, like really feel like you're throwing it
That way.
this
that
way and increase your speed.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Came
can
through
see what you
fine.
mean.
I'm going to put more sand there for you.
Yeah, because my last tournament I did. Actually,
Like that,
I don't think
loads.
I ended up in a bunker, but
When you did, you got that?
well, if it hadn't rained, it would. Their bunkers had a lot of sand,
Yeah.
and I was thinking,
Yeah,
I
so
know
this
to
is-
increase the speed, but
Yeah, and then you're increasing your release with it.
yeah.
There you go. Shot.
Yeah.
Came out fine.
Mm.
And it's just then practicing speed.
Yeah.
We should just practice, just to get the feel of it. But that's good. No, so you basically got, if you like, you've got 3 lies, 3 different releases. You're going to release 1 for the tight lie, release 2 for the medium lie, release 3 when there's lots of sand. And it's just controlling the attack speed, and you're just getting a lot more control.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think you're good at sand. I like that. No, that's very good. Right, should we do some pitch shots then as well?
Yep. I don't know why I'm aiming so far right.
Yeah, that's all right if you want. Just get used to it.
Yeah. I might not be releasing it properly. Actually.
Well, you're just a little bit. Let me show you. So if I was playing this shot, I'm going to set up similar to you, but I'm going to really make sure I work onto the ball. See, I go onto the ball.
Yeah.
You see, so I'm turning onto it, and that allows you then to go this way. You look a little bit like you suffered at the beginning, where it's a bit slow and under.
Yeah.
So just really get onto it, more that way, okay?
Left.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of your club face alignment,
Yeah.
and just because you've probably been setting up for longer pitches, you've been having to take power out, whereas you've now setting up for a shot, you're trying to play in terms of your setup, you can commit to it, right? Whereas before you were actually trying to take distance off, okay? Whereas now you can fully commit to it from that setup. But turn that right side onto the ball and don't open that face, have it really straight. That's good there. Come on, turn the right side onto it. Much better.
Yeah.
Feel that?
Yeah.
Very good.
I just have to.
Well, if you land it a little bit short, it obviously takes a bit of break there, doesn't it? So you just need to hit it another 5% harder, carry it up there.
Yeah.
Good stability in those feet now. You've got that left side pivot there, okay?
Okay, hold on. The club.
That's square. Does that feel shut to you?
A little bit.
Good there.
But actually got the line this time, then didn't get the.
That's good.
Speed.
That's all right. Now I like the technique. Now you're going to deliver a bit more torso speed into this. We need a little more speed, okay? A bit more commitment. I want you to land this right up by the pin.
Okay.
That's fantastic technique. There we go. Yeah, past the pin. There we go.
Yeah.
If you do it off these lies, you can do it off any lie.
Yeah.
Okay? Great shot.
So much better. Yeah. That feels.
That's the best you turned onto one.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of how you delivered that way. Covered it.
Yeah, it felt like that too, actually.
Yeah.
I need to get Philly with this.
Yeah, you got it now. Totally got it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you want. Little 3 and 4 footers from 50 yards. Okay, pick up your birdies on your par 5s, you know.
Yeah.
When you're out in trouble on a par 4, you chip out, you get up and down. This is what really helps you score, okay, and compete. This is what it's all about. This pitching game is absolutely key. All right, so I'm happy with that. Over to you to practice it, really.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks so much.
It's good. Really good.